Last weekend, I went to a computer swap meet. This thing is really cool. Let's take a look. So I picked up an HP Vectra 486-33 VI. I'm sorry, you're not getting the original audio because none of it recorded. But it's 25 megahertz 486 computer. And as you can see on the back, we have a network card and an SD card. So you can see it's a nice little 512 meg SD card. See if we can upgrade that at a later date. Back has several ports. We have VGA. We have 2 serial ports, a printer port, keyboard and mouse, all pretty standard. The badge appears to be loose, so we're going to have to do something about that later. There's some weird holes and plugs on the back, and the whole back seems to have something sticky stuck to it, like there was a piece of tape stuck there. I'm going to have to clean that up as well. Also on the back is the label with the serial number and information. There's this weird port on the back. I don't know what that's for, and something loose on the side. Plus a keyhole that we don't have the key to, so we have to replace that box. But this is when we run into our first problem. This VGA port has a blocked off pin, which prevents a lot of cables from going into it. That pin isn't actually used for VGA, and it was common to block it off in order to prevent people from plugging serial cables and other wrong cables into the port. The problem is, I'm not sure if it got later used, but it became standard on all VGA cables to have that extra pin. That leaves us with 2 options. We can cut off the cable, or we can drill it out. So before we get started drilling stuff out, probably want to just open this thing up and check everything just in case I destroy something first. As you can see here, this is a fairly simple system with a power supply that just lifts out, no screws on that. We have 2 sticks of RAM. They both appear to be identical. We do have a network card here with an empty BIOS chip, which I suppose we could use to load a custom BIOS if we needed to, just in case that 512 megs isn't enough. So let's start taking some cards out and see what we got. And of course, this doesn't have standard screws in it. So we gotta use a flathead. Weird screw there. Get this network card out of here. Maybe, if it'll come out. Underneath this is the SD card reader. It looks like you're just going to wrap that in some Capcom tape. And a nice little 3D printed bracket. That's great. Not sure why the Capcom tape is over here, but yeah. There's this huge empty space over here. And I guess that's where the hard drive goes. It looks like we may have had a full height hard drive at some point. That's sort of interesting. floppy drive isn't screwed in at all. So the battery that's in here is rechargeable. The previous owner absolutely warned me not to put a normal CR2032 in there. I say we stick with this idea, but we need I believe it's an LIR 2032, and that should work fine. Looks like we have an AMI BIOS. That's cool. Looks like some cache. Now, the guy that sold it to me said he soldered in those that himself, so maybe at some point in the future we can fill the other slots. So we have this huge space over here, and I'd like to put a CD-ROM in, but we have this, the IDE cable is stretched across one side, and I don't want to be stretching across one side and then across the other side. Maybe we can use that slot that's in the back, try to figure something out. So yeah, I think we might do something like that. This thing down here that was loose, let's see what this is. Ah, okay. So this appears to actually this probably goes through this way if you want to put a lock on the computer. So you could put it in and put a lock through it. So you can lock the computer down to a desk, prevent it from getting stolen. So yeah, this is the plan. We're going to pop out that container and make some sort of bracket so that can fit in. So if we can get that in that way, we actually should be able to get the IDE cable connected to that and a CD-ROM drive. But for right now, let's go ahead and just put it all back together and get started with the most destructive thing we possibly can. Okay, so what we need to do is drill out that missing hole. There's an extra pin on the VGA cable, and we have a hole that doesn't exist. So the first step is to drill it out. I could rip the pin out of the cable, but then I'm still going to have this problem if I use a different monitor in the future. So we're just going to go with a universal solution. It's destructive, I understand. I've also done it before, and I understand the risks. So the first thing we need to do is find the right drill bit. And take the tiniest drill bit we have and see how that compares to the other holes. It's pretty tight, and the tiniest drill bit I have is probably too big. We're going to go with it. Let's go ahead and throw it in the chuck. And very, very carefully. Going down just a hair. Doesn't look too bad. Now let's check this cable out. Is this going to fit? It's still rocking around. I guess we didn't quite go deep enough. Okay. Let's see if that got it. Yeah, now that feels pretty solid. So now that we have that drilled out, let's go ahead and plug in the rest of the cables, get everything set up here. I'm cutting out a whole series here where I was trying to do some sort of VGA setup, but oh well. We go through the BIOS. This is a pretty standard AMI BIOS. Put in today's date, the time, hard drive information, floppy. It looks like it auto-detected all of that correct. Go to advanced. What do we have here? You know, it takes a really long time to test that memory. We already know that it's good, so let's turn that off. Boot up system looks good. External cache is on. What are the options here? Anybody know what those are? I have no idea. Go back, peripheral management. Programming option? That all seems interesting. Don't want to do that. Don't want to put it as a password. So let's just write CMOS and exit. Let's see what happens. Alright, we got 46. Base memory 640K. 15 megabytes of extended. It did pick up both serial ports. Starting MS-DOS, this is good. There's net start. Is there a way to change the video mode in DOS? I seem to remember there being a way to change the video mode in DOS. What do we got here? We'll try a few things, but I don't know that any of it's going to be real helpful. Okay, so after screwing around for a bit, let's go ahead and start Windows. So he did modify the system, warned me he removed the audio card. So we got errors about the audio driver installation. What else? The hardware internet conflict with one of the... You have to fix that in the BIOS. Oh crap. What did he say the password was? Yeah, I have no clue what the password is. Okay. We'll just cancel. Cancel asking for a password, and then we get to go in. Gotta love Windows 3 security. I don't have a mouse connected right now. So, can you remember how to navigate without a mouse? Let's find out. So it looks like we've got a bunch of Windows games on here, but that's really about it. So that's about all I want to do right now. Actually, I've gotten a lot more done. I'm going to try and put together a video showing the sound card installation, maybe running some benchmarks. I want to upgrade the CPU. I think the memory is okay, but let's see what else we can do.